Hi guys, this is Mia Clarissa coming to you from New York. Thanks for tuning in to 6ADZ Radio. Today is January 8th, 1930, and as always, I will be your host for today. I'm sure all of you are well aware of the stock market crash and are hating everything about it. If not, you will be. Over the past few years, stock buying has increased ineffable peaks, but only last year we have met our downfall. The stock market fell by over 80% and still going down. The stocks we bought before the crash are worth less than 20%. Black Tuesday had crowds flocking on Wall Street, and the banks, they were shutting down at the rate of wildfire. In one day, the state of New York had traded more than 16 million stocks. Our country is in desperate need of money. The government isn't just going to give us subsidies or doles. They aren't just going to hand money to the unemployed or any bankrupt businesses. We are on our own. During the last few years, there was a period of speculation and guesses of downfall in our economy. Why didn't we do anything? All of these little hints of wages, debt, struggles of agriculture, loans, margin increases, decreases of stock values. These were only the little hints of what is occurring today. The World War has put us into a state of hope and a hope of riches. But the stock market has dragged us back into a reality. In our state of depression, our country is left wondering, what will become of us now? I would now point our direction to the banks featuring Jay Preet right after these quick messages.
Jiggly jiggly juice, where are you? In our mouths because we love you. Are you tired of the same old water? Bump up your game with an explosion of juicy goodness in your mouth today. It will jiggle right into your belly. Plus, kids love it. Explosion of juicy goodness. Get it today, only 10 cents at your local convenience store. I would like to say hello to everyone out there tuning in. My name is Jay Preet out of New York, informing you listeners about bank failures. Bank failures when a bank becomes unable to meet its credit obligations. Bank failures have a major impact on what we are doing today. Banks have been failing left and right throughout the country, but people in New York were the ones to feel the most powerful effect. New York's Bank of the United States had failed, and it marked the largest bank to fail in the history of the country. The bank contained more than $200 billion of deposits when it failed, and many people have been devastated by this tragic event. The public was in a frenzy because of all the money they lost. President Franklin also made major decisions, including a 3-day national bank holiday, which reportedly saved thousands of banks from failing. A major factor that causes bank failures has been farmers defaulting on loans. President Franklin also is working on creating a corporation which would ensure deposits in the case of a bank failure. This is the perfect solution to this problem, and we are hoping it is accomplished soon. Now, I would like to direct the attention to KD and his insight on our income inequality after these short messages.
Do you need a car? Are you tired of walking? Well, everything is here. We have a Model A, a Model 56, then the Halefield Coupe to a Mercier Coupe. Comes with brand name tires and a nice paint job. Or are you looking for a car that won't break down on you? Are you looking for a car that will get you place A to place B? Well, stop by Fairly Reliable Bob. We got reliable cars for you today. Our number is 707 Car Bobs.
This is Kenneth reporting from Detroit, here to talk about income inequality. What is income inequality? It is when the money spread from rich to poor is highly uneven. The rich don't have to work as hard, yet get paid so much more compared to you and I who work a lot harder, but yet get paid so little. With this, there is an uneven income being distributed in the United States. There is a gap between rich and everyone else who doesn't have a good income. This probably has been growing over for 30 years. In 1928, the top 1% received 23.94% of income. A scary thing, because with my income, I feel like you and I should be getting paid more than majority of people. You and me put in way too much work to be getting paid this much.
Ouchie butt. I have a boo-boo.
Oh no, Billy, I'll prepare some gauze.
It's okay, Mom. I have the boo-boo fixer.
No more boo-boos, no more cuts. No more saying, ouchie butt. Quick adhesive bandages are long overdue. No more wraps and feeling blue. Boo-boo fixer, quick applicable adhesive bandages for cuts and wounds. Find it at a convenience store near you. Thank you for tuning into 6AZ Radio. I'm your new host, Lawrence Brown. So now, let's not waste any time. Let's get right to the point. Mr. Salonga, can you tell me about the droughts we've just experienced? This drought consisted of no rainfall. Not so long ago, maybe 1916, it was non-stop rainfall in and around the Colorado area.
Well, it's been a while since it rained then.
Well, that may be true, but with the drought we've just experienced, there is really no cause for it. The way the water cycle works is water from the ground, called the earth, goes up into the clouds, and then comes back down as rain and just repeats itself. Right now, the water is still stuck up in the clouds, also known as evaporation. And with the wind stuck up in the clouds, this is what changed wind patterns. Wind patterns also starting the Dust Bowl. When I first heard about this, I wasn't so scared, but it was the people who were affected by this I felt sad for, or was scared for. As a scientist in my field, my research was done. To me though, I wanted to find out more about how this affected people, so I tuned into other radio stations. I can't believe what I heard. Since there was no rain, the only reasonable option was to leave and move west to California. If the rain didn't stop them, the Dust Bowl made everything worse. People who decided to stay hoped for the best, but fell short of growing crops. You can't even see past 5 feet. All you saw was brown dust. Everything you drink, everything you eat tasted like dirt. With farmers leaving their crops, this means leaving their money and leaving their families. With these farmers leaving their farmland, this was their only source of income. Since the world really wanted help, companies like the Red Cross provided materialistic things, little small things just as food and water. But with anything, everything costs money. But this costed hundreds and thousands of dollars. I consider that old news now, since this is 1931, and this left 13 million people, including farmers, left homeless and jobless. Since the stock market crash happened, we couldn't supply jobs for other people. This still leaves 13 million people unemployed and worried about their next steps in life.
Mr. Salonga, I have to cut you off right here. We're out of time. Any last words before we leave?
Oh yeah, thank you. I just want to say, as long as we do smart things, we as a country can make it through anything.
Okay, thank you for tuning into 6AZ Radio. I'm your host, Lawrence Brown, and I'm checking out.